a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This was an interesting weekend. Do you want to start?
Wasn't a good one. No, it wasn't a good one. There was issues with something Timmy did about the tire in the back of the RV months ago, what seems like. And today, it kind of overwhelmed me, and I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a big project, and my mind is not doesn't work like Timmy's. I can't compartmentalize all the stuff that needs to be done, and he can. And today I felt like defeated and overwhelmed. Actually, the whole weekend. Today's Sunday, yesterday too. So I'm gonna let him take over. Go.
Oh, I guess that's me going.
Yes.
Okay,
So
well-
I was frustrated. And I guess what we wanted to say, this is not an easy project. This is going to take months. And we need to be very, very patient.
Yes, and I am very patient. My neighbor actually was asking me if I was still enjoying it, and I said, yeah, I'm having fun. I mean, I enjoy doing this. And what you were saying, I'm sure all of you, well, some of you remember, way back when I built that fiberglass 2x8, I believe it was, and I laminated them together, put them in the back to support it and everything. And then I put the spare tire rack on there, and I was really pleased. It was solid as a rock. Well, I forgot to take into account how really bad these back walls are. You know, I've been putting resin in and letting it run down and sealing it up and making it stronger all over these other spots. Well, the spare tire crunched that fiberglass in the back where the bad wall was. You know, if I tightened up the bolt, it just crunched it more. So,
Should we show that?
Yeah, I'll show it in just a second.
Okay.
So this weekend, I was sitting there trying to figure out a way to support it because, you know, there was nothing to brace it against or to keep it out. And so all of a sudden I came up with the idea of taking, these are 1/2-inch bolts coming out. They're 6.5-inch, 1/2-inch bolts. And I wanted to figure out a way to keep that tire away from there without mounting it right to the fiberglass. And I came up with taking some 3/8 pipe, galvanized pipe, cutting it off 5-inch sections so that now it can't go into the fiberglass. You're gonna see it spaced a little bit more than what she likes to see it, but I'll eventually fix this. But right now, it is solid as can be with those 4 mounting pipes and 1/2-inch bolts. So it's not gonna go anywhere and it's not pressing against the fiberglass. Like I said, it cracked it here, and that's resin there that hasn't set up yet. And so it will be even more solid than once that sets up. It's just real cool right now, so it's taking a little longer. But back here, if you can get the angle right in here, you can see that piece of pipe I was talking about. So this cannot go that way against the fiberglass any longer. And it's supported on all 4 corners that way. So this is rock solid. Very pleased with the outcome. And I don't know where I came up with the idea, but I'm happy I did because that solved the problem. We'll be able to. Good afternoon, everybody. We're back at it again. It's actually the afternoon instead of the morning because I went across town and went to a friend of mine's house, Jeff Wood, because he has a table saw and a few other things that I don't have because I don't have a big enough garage anyway to have it. And we needed to replace this piece of trim underneath the speaker box and everything up there. It had been ruined by water. See, those speakers are out now, and that lower piece of trim is just terrible.
Right here.
Right there, and then go all the way to your right end. Right there. Look how bad that is. That's water damage right there. So we're gonna pull that all out. I went over to his place, took a piece of red oak, 1x4 red oak, which, as everyone knows, is really 3/4 by 3.5 red oak. Trimmed it down to 2 inches wide. It's right here. And then we put the table saw at a 45-degree angle to take that edge off there so the lower edge is a little bit rounded. And then he sanded the rest of it to make it a nice smooth abutment there. So that's going to be beautiful. This is red oak, so it's beautiful anyway, but we're going to paint it white, so it really doesn't matter. I just like the strength of the red oak. And while I was there, I got some cord around for underneath these cabinets right here, or underneath that countertop. See how you got a rough edge there and a rough edge all along here? So we're going to put this in place right here to get rid of that rough edge.
And it'll all be painted white.
Yep, it'll all be painted white to match the counters and the cabinets and everything else up here. Obviously the blue gray is in the bedroom and the bathroom. So we'll get after it. I'll have Lizzie start running this nail gun and see how good she does. Thanks, everybody. And if you would, do the same thing to that other piece while I'm...
One, two, three, and 4 speakers out of these RV. Some of them were old and dusty and stained, and some of them were broken. So we're gonna replace all 4. Should be an easy replacement. Then this is the brand new piece of wood that Timmy was referencing to underneath this space on top of the front of the RV. That is basically the reason why we had to remove it. There was water damage right at the end over here, so it's looking way nicer. And this is gonna look totally different as well. But some positives about the weekend. Good.
Hi guys, one other thing we added was an LED light up here. 700 lumens. I know it's not the crazy brightest one, but it's also not a bulbed one. So hopefully it'll last a long, long time, which is what we want to do. Last a long, long time. Thanks.